A competition that showcases amazing athletes competing in unique challenges is something our next guest knows a lot about. So joining us today is Akbar Bajabiamila, host of American Ninja Warrior, and he's partnering with Purina Pro Plan to promote the 24th annual Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Thank you so much for having me.
So excited to learn more about this. I love dogs, love animals in general, but first tell us about this incredible competition.
Well, the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge is one of the more unique events out there for athletes. You know, there are a lot of different leagues out there that showcases athletes' talent, like the NFL, the NBA. Well, the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge, it is a unique canine sporting event showcasing some of the top canine athletes from around the country. And it's pretty unique because you get to see these athletes in a variety of events, like the diving dog, the 30 weave competition, the freestyle flying disc. And it is really like American Ninja Warrior. I've been hosting Ninja Warrior now for almost a decade. Wow. And to see the different obstacle courses these dogs can do, it's absolutely incredible. You know, I think of dogs and a lot of time I think of man's best friend, and you forget they really are. They can be athletes as well.
That's so cool. And I'm just watching some of the footage there too. I mean, they're just the agility and the fact that they just know what to do. Yeah, it's amazing. But you are familiar with what it takes to be a top competitor, of course. I can't believe you've been on that show for so long now. But what do you think makes a great athlete into a champion athlete? What do they need?
Wow, you know, that's a great question. I think a lot of that has to do with being consistently good over a long period of time. And then I think it comes down to nutrition, because nutrition is such a big part of why an athlete is successful. So many people kind of overlook that aspect, but when you talk about the energy out, the output, well, you got to think about what you're putting in. And for a lot of these dogs, they're powered by and fueled by Purina Pro Plan. And that gives them a unique edge, because what I love about Purina Pro Plan is that it has that great protein to fat ratio, which is a huge difference in when you're talking about being able to maximize and the endurance that these dogs have to do this, because it's not easy. People think dogs can just go forever. They see the high energy, they see the speed, and they just think, oh yeah, dogs woke up like this. Well, yes, they do have a natural ability to move like this, but they also have to have the right amount of food and the best type of foods in them. And I think that gives a lot of these dogs an advantage, the ones who are powered by and fueled by Purina Pro Plan.
Makes sense. Okay, so then I've seen a couple of the events that we were just showing. What was your favorite one to watch?
I want to say surf dog competition, and there's so many of them out there. But to see the dogs out there surfing and watching them do their thing, I think of four-legged animals, and that's kind of that. I don't think it's surfing. You see the whitewash there, you see the big waves, and you think, how are you staying calm? That's Gidget right there, and look, they're side by side staying calm. Most dogs, you can't even walk next to another dog without them barking and going crazy. But the amount of focus, and again, this goes back to that nutrition point that I was making. There's a lot of focus that has to happen. Just think about when you're in the water by yourself as a human, and think about how alert you have to be, because that's a big body of water. These life vest jackets that are on these dogs, they know that they're safe, but they still have to be able to complete a task. And that's what I think was one of the ones that was a standout. I'll never forget that. My dog and I, we were out there watching, and I think my dog was getting a little jelly of the other dogs out there. I hadn't taught my dog how to surf.
Okay, I didn't do my homework on which kind of dog you have, so I have to know. What kind of dog do you have?
So my dog is just right behind me. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little blurred, but I had my dog out there. I took my dog to Huntington Beach, where the Purina Pro Plan Incredible Dog Challenge took place. And she is a combination of Pit Bull, Doberman, and Rottweiler. And I had a chance to meet her mom and dad down in San Diego. A good friend of mine, Kathy Armstrong, they had a bunch of dogs, and I picked her out of the litter and said, this is the one I want. So her father is a red-nosed pit bull, and her mother is half Doberman, half Rottweiler.
And what's her name?
Simba from The Lion King.
Okay, so I know we've gotten so many people excited about this show, so where can they view it?
Well, yeah, the Incredible Dog Challenge will air on CW in Jacksonville October 3rd, which is my father's birthday, at 4 p.m. and October 26th at 5 p.m. So you got to check it. This is a must-see TV event. You won't want to miss it.
Oh, definitely not. And really quickly before we go, I just have to let everybody know that I've met Akbar before when I worked at a station in Seattle. An American Ninja Warrior came to Tacoma, Washington, and they let me run one of the first courses for our morning show. It's tough. We'll have to show you guys that later.
And Jordan, do you want to tell them how you did?
You know what? You guys let me redeem myself. I did it for our noon show, and it didn't do that well. But then you guys kind of amped me up for the 4 o'clock, and I mean, I didn't nail it, but I did reach the rope. It was like those mushrooms you had to jump on, and then you'd fall in the water if you didn't get to the end. Yes. I grabbed the rope, but the platform, if you remember, is angled. Steps. Yeah, so I fell.
Yeah, you know what? Yes, and Jordan, I'm just going to tell you, you did amazing.
Oh, thank you. For someone who's never done anything like that, I was pretty happy with myself. But your input definitely helped. So thank you.
And now you have a better appreciation for what these dogs do at the Incredible Dog Challenge.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even do what the dogs do. So yeah, they're doing great. I can't wait to watch it. It was so good to see you again.
All right, thanks, Jordan.
Of course. And if you'd like to see this segment again or get more information, go to firstcoastliving.net. So I got to meet Akbar a couple years, before COVID, and earlier in the show that I was in Seattle, I did it, and I did not do the course very well. So they gave me a redemption later in the day.
Oh, wow.
Check this out.
Morning, she took a dive in the water, but they have agreed to give her a chance at redemption live on Take 5 right now. Jordan, it's go time. Akbar, any advice for her as she gets ready to go here?
Well, it's going to be very important for Jordan to explode out of the blocks. And here she goes. Here goes Jordan going through. The shrink is stepped in. Look at her. Oh! She had it, and she gave up at the last minute. But what a great run, though.
Oh, great job.
I love how he said she gave up at the last minute. First of all, my upper body strength was not that great at the time. It's still not, actually.
You had muscles, though. I was impressed.
That was during my training for that fitness competition, but for some reason, my upper body still needs work. Anyway, so if you saw the platform that you're supposed to land on after you grab that rope is tilted. So if you're not really holding on to that rope or swinging enough to get past that platform, since it's tilted, you fall into the water.
You can't really tell when you're watching that.
Right,
so that's a tip. But boy, you had it. You were so close. You did explode out of the blocks like Akbar.
I love how he was like talking me through too. You know, like I was actually doing.
What was going through your mind? Were you really nervous?
I was extremely nervous, but I had done it earlier in the day, so I kind of knew what to expect this time. And I remember asking one of the contestants who we interviewed earlier in the day, you know, do you have any tips? And I said, should I walk or like do it like one at a time and slow? He's like, go fast.
And you
keep that momentum.
It was just that rope. I think it was all arms and that tilted platform. But you did wonderful. In my book, you got through it.
Thank you. And that water was freezing.
You are a true ninja warrior.